These dotty chicken remind me of my dotty guinea fowl, little fowl that I make. So there's lots of things that I think I've sort of taken subconsciously, really, maybe, from all this. The Hungarian book sort of consolidated all the previous influences, if you like, the pots I'd seen that I felt drawn to, like English medieval pottery, the English slipware tradition, Thomas Toft and all that sort of thing, and English country pottery in general. Also American country pottery, especially the big salt glazed sort of crock pots. And now I come to think of it, the bird motif that you often see on those crock pots is very similar to the bird motif on the earthenware plates in the Hungarian book. And I just suddenly clicked about it all and thought, oh yeah, that's it. And it's very like when I was 40 and somebody showed me where middle C was on the piano and on the bass clef and treble clef, and I had exactly that same thing of, oh yeah, I get it. And it then of course takes years and years and years to capitalise on that and be able to actually do it, but you sort of get it at that moment. You just can't do it for ages, if ever, but at least you click about it all. At Wrecclesham I was very keen, I desperately wanted to do glazed decorated pots, and we did a bit. My boss Reg's son Philip had a small electric kiln at the pottery, and we did do a bit there, so I began to click about how you actually did put the slip on and did the sgraffito and put the glaze on. And I think I actually had the Hungarian book at that point, I'm pretty sure I did. So it was all in my mind, but it just took a while to really get going with it once I set up Willie Furnace Pottery here in Shropshire.
Well, we were commissioned by the Farnham Preservation Trust to restore the terracotta arches, the owl arch and the main entrance arch to the Harris and Son Pottery in Wrecclesham. There's probably about 2/3 of the original buildings are still there, including a very fine wood-fired pottery kiln. And many of these buildings had suffered structural damage through settlement. And we were asked to repair and restore and reinstate the arches as best as we could. The pottery was founded at Wrecclesham by Absalom Harris in 1872, and he followed a long tradition dating back to Roman times, which probably peaked in Tudor times or around the 16th century, and he carried on this tradition very successfully in the arts and crafts period, and sold his wares to the Queen Mother, Gertrude Jekyll, and famous stores like Heal's and Liberties of London. Sold many of their wares across the world, pan tiles, reproducing the green glaze of the Tudors, and many architectural and details and garden wares and craft wares. With regard to the craft wares, there's an interesting link with the local college at Farnham. There was almost a tradition of cooperation between the pottery and design students who helped to design some of the craft wares that they produced. And students who worked at the college and at the pottery were really carrying on a very fine tradition of country pottery that had existed on this site since the Roman times.
So I was at Wrecclesham from 1977, I think, to 1984. And by then, the tradition of making art pots, the art pottery, had sort of faded out, and we just made plant pots of a great variety of shapes and sizes, which I was very happy about because I'd had a complete sort of surfeit of art stuff at college, and it was just lovely to be learning how to make pots, the sort of artisan aspect. And when I came and started the pottery at Woolly Furnace in Broseley in 1984, I started off making plant pots, which I had gradually learned how to do at Wrecclesham. So that was the start of things at Woolly Furnace.